In the heart of India, during a time when women's voices were silenced and education was a privilege of the few, one woman dared to dream of change. This is the story of Savitribai Phule, a trailblazer, an educator, and a beacon of hope. Born on January 3rd, 1831, in the small village of Naigaon in Maharashtra, Savitribai was married at the tender age of 9 to Jyotirao Phule, a young man with progressive ideals. At the time of her marriage, Savitribai was illiterate, but Jyotirao recognized her potential and decided to educate her. Jyotirao not only taught Savitribai but also educated his cousin sister, Sagunabai Shirasagar, at their home while working on their farm. Once Savitribai completed her primary education with Jyotirao, she continued her studies under the guidance of her friends, Sakharam, Yashwant Paranjape, and Keshav Shivram Bhavalkar. Savitribai enrolled herself in two teachers' training programs. The first was at an institution run by an American missionary, Cynthia Farrar in Ahmednagar, and the second course was at a normal school in Pune. Given her extensive training, Savitribai is popularly considered the first female Indian teacher in India. After completing her teacher's education, Savitribai Phule started teaching girls in Pune. She did so alongside Sagunabai Kshirasagar, sister of Jyotirao Phule, who was a revolutionary feminist and a mentor to Jyotirao. Not long after beginning to teach with Sagunabai, Savitribai and Jyotirao Phule, along with Sagunabai, started their own school at Bhidewada. Bhidewada was the home of Tatya Saheb Bhide, who was inspired by the work that the trio was doing. The curriculum at Bhidewada included a traditional Western curriculum of mathematics, science, and social studies. Unfortunately, Savitribai and Jyotirao Phule's success came with much resistance from the local community with conservative views. Kandukuri states that Savitribai often traveled to her school carrying an extra sari because she would be assailed by her conservative opposition with stones, tongue, and verbal abuse. Savitribai and Jyotirao Phule were living at Jyotirao's father's home. However, in 1849, Jyotirao's father asked the couple to leave his home because their work was not being accepted by society. After moving out of Jyotirao's father's home, the Phules moved in with the family of one of Jyotirao's friends, Usman Sheikh. It was there that Savitribai met a soon-to-be close friend and colleague named Fatima Begum Sheikh. Fatima Sheikh, encouraged by her brother Usman, took a teacher training course alongside Savitribai, making her India's first Muslim woman teacher. In 1849, Savitribai, Fatima and Jyotirao opened a school in Sheikh's home, furthering their mission to educate marginalized communities. By the end of 1851, Savitribai and Jyotirao Phule were running three different schools for girls in Pune. Combined, the three schools had approximately 150 students enrolled. Like the curriculum, the teaching methods employed by the three schools differed from those used in government schools. The author Divya Kandukuri believes that the Phule methods were regarded as being superior to those used by government schools. As a result of this reputation, the number of girls receiving their education at the Phules' schools outnumbered the number of boys enrolled in government schools. Together with her husband, Savitribai opened a total of 18 schools for children from different castes. In 1852, there were three Phule schools in operation with 273 girls pursuing education, but by 1858, they had all closed. Eleanor Elliot attributes the closures to the drying up of private European donations due to the rebellion of 1857 withdrawal of government support, and Jyotirao resigning from the school management committee over disagreements regarding the curriculum. In 1852, Savitribai started the Mahila Seva Mandal to raise awareness about women's rights. This initiative welcomed all women regardless of caste, providing them a platform for unity and dialogue. She also started the Balhatya Pratibandhak Grihe in her house, where widows and rape survivors could deliver their babies safely. An advocate of self-reliance, Savitribai also opposed the shaving of widows' heads after the death of their husbands. She galvanized barbers to stage a protest against this demeaning ritual. Sympathizing with the plight of widows in India, Savitribai opened a shelter for them in 1854. After years of continuous reform, she paved the way to build a large shelter in 1864 for destitute women, widows, and child brides cast aside by their families. She educated them all and adopted Yashwantrao, the son of a widow sheltered in this institution. Oppressed classes were forbidden from drinking water from the common village well. In a bold move, Jyotirao and Savitribai dug a well in their own backyard in 1868 for these communities to access drinking water. This act of defiance caused a furore among the upper castes, but the Phules stood firm. In the 1850s, Savitribai and Jyotirao Phule were instrumental in establishing two educational trusts, the Native Male School, Pune, and the Society for Promoting the Education of Mahar Monks, and etc. These trusts encompassed many schools led by Savitribai Phule and Fatima Sheikh. In 1863, the Phule couple, with their long-time friend Sadashiv Balal Govande, started an infanticide prevention center called Bal Hatya Pratibandhak Griha, mainly for pregnant widows. Pamphlets were stuck around Pune advertising the center. Widows, come here and deliver your baby safely and secretly. It is up to your discretion whether you want to keep the baby in the center or take it with you. This orphanage will take care of the children left behind. The center ran until the mid 1880s and became a lifeline for countless women and children. Savitribai also supported Jyotirao in founding the Satyashodhak Samaj, Society of Seekers of Truth, on September 24, 1873. The Samaj supported intercaste marriages and excluded priests from marriage rituals. It emphasized opposition, identity, and action to uplift Shudras and Atishudras. In 1893, Savitribai became the first woman to chair its annual session, marking a historic milestone. When her husband Jyotirao passed away in 1890, Savitribai defied societal norms by lighting his funeral pyre herself. This act further cemented her role as a leader of change and resilience. Savitribai was also a prolific writer. Her poetry, filled with empathy and defiance, challenged patriarchy and inspired women to rise above oppression. Her collections, such as Kavya Phule and Bhavan Kashi Subodh Ratnakar, were groundbreaking for their time. Savitribai and Jyotirao also defied social norms by supporting the remarriage of widows. Their home became a safe haven for women seeking freedom from oppressive traditions. In 1897, when a devastating plague swept through Pune, Savitribai selflessly tended to the afflicted. She and her son Yashwant started a clinic to treat patients during the bubonic plague. Tragically, while helping a patient, she contracted the disease herself and passed away on March 10, 1897. Savitribai Phule's life was a testament to resilience and vision. She and Jyotirao laid the foundation for social reform in India. Their efforts paved the way for women's education, widow remarriage, and the fight against caste-based discrimination. Her legacy lives on in the countless lives she touched and the path she paved for women's empowerment and social reform. She is often referred to as the mother of modern Indian feminism. From a young girl in Naigaon to the mother of modern Indian feminism, Savitribai Phule's journey is a reminder that one voice, when raised with conviction, can change the world. Savitribai Phule's story teaches us that education and perseverance can break down even the most rigid societal barriers. Her unwavering dedication to justice and equality continues to inspire generations to stand against oppression and champion the rights of the marginalized.